How to create a space where employees want to work. When you walk into the alcove at the Northside Speakeasy in Akron, you're met with a newsstand. You have to pull one of the items on the newsstand to open the door, and inside, people huddle around a TV to watch you attempt to figure it out. These are the types of experiences people craft at our favorite bars, restaurants, and other spots around town. But sometimes we forget office spaces can also be playful. The shift to remote work was sudden for so many of us, and while our society at large has become pretty hybrid work friendly, it can be difficult to actually get people to come back to the office, even for just a couple days per week. Employees really value companies who listen, so ask them what they need. While you can make assumptions about what your team is going to like and dislike, your team can also tell you what they need. As leaders, you should take the time to meet with your team one-on-one and ask what they're looking for in a workspace. One of the main issues employees had prior to the pandemic was not being able to get a hold of leaders, and COVID allowed that more easily through video calls. If it's possible to meet up with them in person, show them their access to leaders isn't changing going forward, and that might convince them to visit the office. Once you've decided on a workplace overhaul and have gotten feedback, there are a couple directions you can take it in. If you have a large budget to redesign some rooms within your office space, there's not really a limit. You can build out a relaxation room to promote mental health. You can create a hobby room where employees can take 30 minutes each day to work on something non-work related. You could even build a playground for employees to use together or with their families. But not everyone has that kind of budget right this second. It might take up some time to raise those funds. While you wait for approvals, a simple renaming of your spaces might help people get into the right mindsets. The days of going into the office are bland. It's why visiting the Geauga County Library Inspiration Station and Cuyahoga County Library Innovation Centers are such exciting experiences. Places with names that promote innovative thinking and collaboration help get folks into the work mindset. If you fall somewhere in the middle between a larger budget and no budget, consider getting work tables or even just removing cubicle barriers. Try different formations of desk clusters, adding in plants, and testing other cool design elements. Give people multiple options for working in a variety of spaces. Different chairs, standing desks, and all the other items people started buying for themselves during the pandemic. This mimics what they have at home and encourages them to feel just as comfortable at the office as they do when they're away, and with the added benefit of seeing their coworkers in person. Get them more involved with the company's mission. Having history walls or interactive company mission exhibits within your office space gets your team excited about your company's history. You can lecture someone or give them a document to read, but that's not as engaging. Showcasing your company values in an interesting way helps build affinity. Offer office bonuses like food delivery or an on-site class. If you're in Cleveland, consider something like Harvest Owl. A custom lunch the office pays for is a nice reminder to employees that you appreciate them. And having a space that inspires togetherness, even if it has to be at a distance, when you're eating is a nice touch too. While everyone is eating, let a team member lead a lunch and learn on a topic they love. The space in which they present doesn't have to be a conference room either. It could be in comfy chairs in a shared space, or even outdoors if weather permits. Getting out of the norm promotes curiosity. Mirror the office experience with the home experience. When the pandemic hit, many conferences shifted to a virtually driven model. They designed these virtual spaces so attendees could click into different areas and experience something new, all the while staying in the comfort of their own homes. You can echo this at work by having a virtual space to accompany your in-person office space. You can include features you might not be able to have in your office as well. Huge digital sculptures, a rainforest-like garden area, or even a virtual ball pit. Allow this to be an extension of your office so when employees can't be on site, they still feel a sense of community. Give them a little additional support with home office toolkits with a succulent, some snacks, or nice writing utensils tailored to fit your industry. Whatever you do, make sure you communicate with your team. It's easy to get bogged down with work, but make sure your employees know what's going on at your company. This includes updates about the space in which they work, both at home and in the office, and allowing them the freedom to voice their opinions on any changes. When they know the lines of communication are open, everyone has a much easier time working and getting stuff done.